Austin Reaves is grateful Luka Doncic is a Laker. You could feel the emotion. Emotions ran high Wednesday night as Luka Doncic stepped onto the court at American Airlines Center, not as a Maverick, but for the first time as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. It was his emotional return to Dallas after February's blockbuster trade that sent shockwaves through the NBA. Before tip-off, the Mavericks honored Luka with a powerful tribute video, capturing the highlights of his unforgettable 7-year journey with the team. The arena was filled with nostalgia, cheers, and even a few tears. Then Luka reminded everyone exactly who he is, dropping 45 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, dishing 6 assists, and stealing the ball 4 times to lead the Lakers to a huge win. Through it all, his new Lakers teammates had his back. They stood with him, lifted him up, and respected the significance of the night. They cheered along with Mavericks fans when Luka made big plays, and when he walked off the court, it wasn't just the end of a game, it felt like the closing of a chapter. Austin Reaves, who stepped into a major role alongside Doncic and LeBron James over the past couple months, had a front-row seat to it all. Speaking to Spectrum Sportsnet, he shared how deeply the moment impacted him. "Honestly, I didn't even want to look at him. I knew how emotional it was going to be, for him, for everyone. I was standing by Bron watching the tribute video and just got chills. I knew that if I looked at Luka, it would hit even harder. I think everyone felt the same. But for him to go out there and play like that, the crowd's reaction said it all. You could feel how much he meant to this community and this franchise. I'm just really glad he's on our side now." Reaves also opened up about what Luka's performance says about him, not just as a player, but as a person who thrives when the spotlight burns the brightest. "We know we've got a guy who can win us any game. Like JJ said, he's a killer. I expected that from him tonight, honestly. That's who he's always been. When he's challenged, he responds, and he keeps getting better. If you love basketball, it's special to watch. The way he controls the game on offense, it's just beautiful." Luka Doncic continues to prove he's one of the best players in the world. But what made this night different was seeing him do it with raw emotion, in a place that still means so much to him. Reaves, and the entire Lakers organization, felt that energy. And as for Luka, after showing love to the Dallas fans and soaking in the moment, he made it clear, it's time to move forward. The past will always be part of him, but the future? It's all about Los Angeles. His buzz didn't stop when the final buzzer sounded. Social media exploded with reactions from fans, players, analysts, and even former Mavericks teammates who couldn't help but express admiration, and a little heartbreak, watching Luka dominate in a Lakers jersey. Hashtags like #ThankYouLuka and #LukaReturns trended for hours, filled with tributes, memories, and clips of his unforgettable moments in Dallas. Mark Cuban, the Mavericks owner, shared a heartfelt message online after the game, thanking Luka for his years of brilliance and leadership. "Luka gave this city everything he had. We'll always love him for that. Tonight was tough, but it was also a reminder of just how special he is. Wishing him nothing but greatness, except when he's playing us." For many Mavericks fans, the night brought closure. Seeing Doncic play at such a high level, being celebrated yet still fiercely competitive, helped them move from heartbreak to gratitude. The emotional tribute video, which included messages from staff, coaches, and even fans, served as a love letter to a player who changed the franchise forever. But perhaps the most defining image of the night wasn't the stat line or even the tribute. It was Luka, wiping his eyes during the national anthem, then locking in, stone-cold focused, like only he can. Head coach Darvin Ham praised Luka's mental strength post-game. "Not many players could handle what he went through tonight and still lead their team like that. Luka's a rare breed. The emotion, the pressure, the noise, he turned it into fuel. That's greatness." Inside the Lakers locker room, the mood was celebratory but respectful. Everyone knew the weight that game carried for Luka, and for the team's chemistry. It was a turning point. A moment where the Lakers, still figuring out how all the pieces fit, began to feel like a family. Reaves spoke again after the game, highlighting the deeper connection forming within the squad. "It's not just basketball. Nights like this bring us closer. You go through something real with a teammate, you bond. I think we all felt that with Luka tonight. We're building something special." LeBron James, who's taken on a mentorship role with Doncic, was seen embracing him tightly after the game. When asked about Luka's growth, LeBron simply smiled. "He's built for this. He's always been built for this. With the Lakers climbing the standings and Doncic playing some of the best basketball of his career, the narrative is shifting fast, from what was lost in Dallas to what's being built in Los Angeles. NBA insiders are already speculating about how far this Lakers team can go, now that the trio of LeBron, Luka, and REAVE appears to be clicking. Meanwhile, Luka himself kept things grounded in the post-game presser. When asked how he managed to perform under such intense emotions, he paused, smiled slightly, and said, "I just played my game. I'll always love Dallas. But my heart's in LA now." And with that, a new chapter officially begins. LeBron James grateful to share Luka Doncic's emotional return to Dallas. It's a moment I'll never forget. Luka Doncic's return to Dallas as a Los Angeles Laker wasn't just another regular season game. It was the most anticipated NBA matchup in recent memory. The emotions were real, raw, and impossible to ignore. Luka had made it clear he never wanted to leave the Mavericks, and on this night, his homecoming felt more like a tribute than a competition. From the moment the Mavericks played a heartfelt video honoring his 7 unforgettable seasons, to every time the crowd erupted as he touched the ball, the night was thick with emotion. Luka was visibly moved. Tears welled up as he soaked in the love from the city that watched him grow from a teenage phenom to a global superstar. And through it all, his Lakers teammates had one mission: to lift him up. LeBron James, speaking to Spectrum Sportsnet, shared just how special it was to stand beside Luka on such a powerful night. "Man, it was just really cool. I'm so glad I got to be part of it." You could see the emotion all over Luka's face. It was incredible. One of those moments in your career that just stays with you forever. The kid had 7 amazing seasons here, from a boy to a man, and it all came full circle tonight. Just a beautiful thing. But this night wasn't just about memories, it was also about making a statement. Doncic delivered a performance for the ages. 45 points on 16-4-28 shooting, including a scorching 7-4-10 from deep, along with 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. LeBron could only describe it as something beyond normal. He did that. That was all him. It was like an out-of-body experience. He was locked in from the opening tip. Zoned in. Special. As great as Luka's stat line was, what might matter even more going forward is what this game meant for the Lakers as a unit. It wasn't just a win, it was a defining moment. The entire team rallied around their new star, making it clear that no matter what he was feeling, he wouldn't face it alone. "That was our only focus," LeBron said. "Just be there for him. Every second, every moment, whatever he needed, however he needed it." That was the mindset. Nothing else mattered tonight except having his back. And Luka felt that love deeply. In his post-game comments, he expressed heartfelt gratitude for the unwavering support from his new teammates and coaching staff. According to Luka, that unity was a turning point, not just for him emotionally, but for the team's chemistry. "Everybody, from the players to the coaches, was right there with me. It meant a lot. Nights like this show what we're building here. And I think this was a big step in the right direction." It was a night of reflection, healing, and growth. And maybe, just maybe, the beginning of something truly special in Los Angeles. Because when a generational talent like Luka Doncic finds both his game and his people, anything is possible. And while Luka Doncic's performance spoke volumes on the court, the impact of that night rippled far beyond the scoreboard. NBA analysts across the country were quick to highlight the significance of what had just unfolded in Dallas. On ESPN's NBA Countdown, Kendrick Perkins called it one of the most emotional and dominant returns in league history, while Malika Andrews pointed out how rare it is to see such grace and gratitude in the middle of such a competitive setting. Even longtime Mavericks fans, some initially bitter about the trade, took to social media to admit, it was impossible not to root for Luka, even in purple and gold. He gave us everything. He deserved that standing ovation, and then some. One viral post read, "That was closure. That was love. And now, we move forward." Back in the Lakers locker room, the tone wasn't just celebratory, it was connected. Players talked about the experience not as a win, but as a milestone. A moment where personal emotion merged with team unity. D'Angelo Russell mentioned post-game that it felt like everyone leveled up that night, not just Luka, but the whole team. It was bigger than basketball. You could feel it. This wasn't just about points and stats. It was about showing up for one another. That's what championship teams are built on. Head coach Darvin Ham echoed that sentiment, praising not only Doncic's composure but the team's collective maturity. This was a test, not of talent, but of character. And we passed it together. Luka showed unbelievable poise, and the team showed they've got his back. Nights like this don't just build chemistry, they build trust. And trust in the NBA is everything. With the Lakers surging in the Western Conference standings and building undeniable momentum, this night may go down as a turning point in their season. The media is already calling this new big three of LeBron, Luka, and REAVE one of the most fluid high IQ trios the league has seen in recent years. Their chemistry on the court is growing game by game, but now, so is their bond off the court. Meanwhile, Luka himself has turned the page. He shared that while the tribute in Dallas meant the world to him, he's fully committed to his new chapter in Los Angeles. He spoke with humility and clarity when asked about balancing his emotions and expectations moving forward. It was hard. I won't lie. But I've always been honest about my love for Dallas. That doesn't go away. What changes is where your heart lives now, and mine's here with the Lakers. I'm ready for what's next. And what's next could be historic. With Luka playing arguably the best basketball of his career, and the Lakers locked in on and off the court, the league is watching, and the fans are dreaming. Because now, it's no longer just about what Luka was in Dallas. It's about what he's becoming in Los Angeles. And that journey? It's just getting started. LeBron James opens up about facing Anthony Davis. It just felt different. While all eyes were on Luka Doncic's return to Dallas Wednesday night, something equally significant was unfolding on the court. Anthony Davis was facing off against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers for the first time since their shocking split. Davis missed their first post-trade matchup in LA due to injury, so this game marked the first time he actually got to face his former team in action. For 6 seasons, Davis was a cornerstone of the Lakers. He helped bring home the 2020 NBA championship, powered the team to the Western Conference Finals in 2023, and earned a long list of individual accolades. More than just stats, Davis carved his place in a franchise known for legendary big men, and along the way, formed a deep bond and brotherhood with LeBron James. So for LeBron, seeing Davis on the court in a different jersey? Yeah, it hit different. After the Lakers' 112-97 win, James spoke candidly with Spectrum Sportsnet about what it felt like to go head-to-head with his former teammate. Different. Just different. Obviously, we both had our emotions coming into it. I think this was actually the first time we played against each other since 2019, back when he was still in New Orleans and I had just arrived in LA. So yeah, definitely felt different, man. Still doesn't feel right seeing him on the other side. Not at all. And honestly, who could blame him? The game had all the makings of a primetime thriller, but beneath the fast breaks and big shots, there were emotions simmering, especially between two guys who shared the highs and lows of the past 6 roller coaster seasons in LA. LeBron and AD weren't just teammates, they were the foundation. Sure, Doncic's homecoming was the headline, the prodigal son playing in front of a crowd that once adored him, after being dealt away without warning. But make no mistake, seeing Davis in a new uniform, no matter how professionally he handled it, still stirred something real. And LeBron? He felt that deeply. LeBron knows exactly what Luka's going through. If anyone understands the complex emotions of returning to a city that once called you its own, it's LeBron James. When he left Cleveland for Miami in 2010, the backlash was brutal: boos, burned jerseys, nonstop hostility. It was one of the most infamous breakups in sports history. But LeBron knew Luka wouldn't face that same kind of hate in Dallas. The circumstances were different. The exit wasn't personal. Still, there's something surreal about walking into your old home and realizing it's not yours anymore. By the way, have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? It's the best way to catch exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes coverage, live shows, and so much more. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button now. An emotional night, for more than one reason. For fans in the arena, Wednesday night offered more than just a game. It was a reminder of how quickly the NBA landscape can change. Just months ago, Anthony Davis and LeBron James were battling side by side in the purple and gold, anchoring the Lakers through thick and thin. Now they were going head-to-head, each leading different locker rooms, wearing different colors, chasing different goals. But the respect? Still mutual. In his post-game comments, Davis echoed similar sentiments. He emphasized there was no bad blood between him and the Lakers organization, and spoke highly of his time in Los Angeles. "It's always love for that team, always. I gave everything I had there, and I'll always be grateful for what we accomplished," Davis said. "But tonight, I had to lock in and compete. That's what I do." Fans noticed the body language, less trash talk, more focused intensity. There was an unspoken understanding between the two stars. Respect runs deep, but this is still business. The locker room reacts. Inside the Lakers locker room, the win was sweet, but there was a quiet sense of reflection as well. Teammates acknowledged how surreal it was to face AD in a different jersey. Austin Reaves mentioned in a post-game interview that it felt weird seeing him across from us, not just because of who he is as a player, but because of who he is as a person. Even head coach Darvin Ham praised Davis's impact on the franchise, calling him a generational talent and a huge part of the culture we built here. Fans sound off online. Social media, as expected, lit up. Clips of Davis and LeBron exchanging a quick handshake before tip-off went viral. One fan wrote, "This is like watching your parents divorce and trying to act like it's fine." Another added, "No beef, just bittersweet. Real ones know what AD and Bron meant to the Lakers." The narrative around Luka Doncic's return momentarily took a back seat as NBA Twitter turned its attention to the emotional reunion between two superstars who once shared the same dream, and made it come true in 2020. A reminder of what was, and what's ahead. As the league races toward the playoffs, these kinds of matchups become more than just games. They become emotional markers, chapters in a larger story of careers, friendships, and legacies. For LeBron James, now in the twilight years of a legendary run, these moments hit harder. Facing Anthony Davis wasn't just about competing, it was about confronting change. About honoring the past while embracing the unknown. And for fans? It was a reminder that the NBA isn't just about stats and standings. It's about the stories, the connections, the journeys that make every tip-off matter.